Hey everyone, long time no see. Welcome to the afternoon. Spencer Israel here with you. We got an hour, just under an hour left in today's session. Normally at this time, I would be talking to Edwin Dorsey, who is from the Bear Cave. Edwin is out today. So I thought, what the hell? I'll just go live anyway, and we'll just hang out, and I'll bring on some friends, and then at 3:30, I'll bring Joel on, and we'll do that into the close. So let's just hang out and watch the markets here. Let me bring on my friend Aaron Bree, Producer AB. Producer, what's going on?
What's up, Spencer? How we doing?
Yeah, you had a little voice crack there. What's going on with that?
I don't know.
All right, cool. Just watching markets, man. I see Bill Big D's watching Nvidia. Yeah. Nick Bay is watching SoFi, which I had not looked at since the open. Wow, what's going on with SoFi the last few minutes? Nick Bay,
what is going on with SoFi? Wait, am I echoing for you?
No.
Okay.
Yeah, that's a big volume.
Baba did the same thing, kind of. Well, not as much, but Baba was down and then legged up out of nowhere. I wonder why.
What is going on, Nick Bay? That's the question. I'm not gonna question it, man, because this is good for me. So I don't know. Is there a headline? I did not even notice that, Nick. You beat me to it. So I don't know. Let's check with the news desk. We do have a headline out a half hour ago saying it's spiking on volume for no reason. I don't know. That's weird. Exactly right, JB. This is my pre-market show at the close. Though I brought on Producer AB to hang out with me. Wait, Producer AB, we're having a conversation just before we came on here. Because we were talking about Nvidia, because that's been really strong today, right? And that led me into a conversation about AMD. And I was reminiscing on how it was when I first started at Benzinga. I was started here in 2015. So in 2016, AMD went from $1 to like $12 that during that calendar year in 2016. And I remember like we were debating like on our show and elsewhere. It was like, oh, has AMD gone like too far, too fast? And then AB, you were about to regale me with a story about one of your friends.
Yeah, so it was more on the Nvidia side. So I think with both AMD and Nvidia, and I could be wrong because this was a few years ago, but I think both of them initially got pops for being like a gaming play, right? And Nvidia, of course, was a pioneer in like the graphics card needed in PC gaming computers, and AMD as a competitor, and they both kind of did that thing. I don't think a lot of people foresaw NVIDIA's technology and AMD is being used in so many other facets outside of gaming. So with NVIDIA, you have the AI, robotics, self-driving cars, all these different things driving the demand for their products, for the company's products. So basically my story I was telling, I have a friend who, he's a real smart kid. He got his MBA at Washington University in St. Louis, which is a really good school.
It is.
And him and I actually last spring or like last February, right when the market crashed from COVID, we made a lot of money just buying puts on different companies, oil companies, Darden, all that stuff. And that really was like I had been trading and like more so investing, less trading before that. But that is really like what got me like stoked on the markets, like wake up every single day, check my portfolio and everything, was when we were able to make some of that money doing that. And here a couple months ago, maybe back in like February or something of this year, so maybe 4 months ago now, we were looking at NVIDIA. Let me pull it up. Back when it wasn't really doing anything, and it had stayed at its levels from about last September. So last September it was at 573 all the way up until this February. It was actually lower than it was. And we were just like looking at it like NVIDIA hasn't moved in like 6 months. Eventually this semiconductor shortage is going to get figured out. We were expecting it to kind of leg up again. And we were looking at long dated calls. We were looking at like $750 strike price calls that were like a year out.
Jesus. Wait, how long ago was this?
This was back in February, March. So like back when like Nvidia was trading around $500. And for him and I, just out of school, we don't have that much like cash on hand, and these options were like $5,000, and we basically were like, should we just liquidate our portfolios and buy these? Basically, YOLO call Nvidia. Long story short, we didn't end up doing it, but every single day since then, we've been like checking the price of those options we were looking at and being like, oh, we were going to buy them for $5,000. Now they're worth 14 grand, whatever. And it's just such a FOMO thing, like being like, looking at what we could have had we, I'm not going to call it a YOLO, because like I like to reserve the YOLO calls for stocks that I really don't think have that much value, which I think Nvidia has more value than maybe any other, outside of like the Apples, the whatever. I think Nvidia's technology is just so impressive.
Yeah. Wait, back to the where, oh my God. SoFi for a second here, because I guess SoFi is getting some love on Wall Street Bets. And if I go to Wall Street Bets right now, you can actually see one of the top posts on the sub, if I zoom in, is why SoFi will be so fly. And someone's putting some YOLO trade on.
Oh my God. There's another stock that just legged up a bunch, like Baba and SoFi.
Is it Play?
Nope. It's a big tech company.
Do you want to share what it is?
I was gonna let you guess.
Make me guess for the next half hour. Hold on.
Big tech company.
Let me get my pro back up here. Here, I bet you I can figure it out. Oh wait, that's not what I wanted. I wanted 5-minute movers. I want 5-minute movers.
Holy shit, Spencer.
All right, just tell me. Don't make me guess. This is ridiculous.
All right, Facebook.
Oh well, there was a headline just now on Facebook.
What was it? It just legged up like
some antitrust thing, right? The judge in the Facebook case says the FTC can refile their antitrust. Let me zoom in. Can refile their antitrust complaint against Facebook. That's bad, isn't it?
The stock doesn't seem to think so. The stock it's at all-time highs. It was trading at $343 a share about 20 minutes ago. Now it's at $300.
Wait, that's not the first headline. The first headline is that the district court dismissed the case. Oh, look at that. You see, you got to always look down. The earlier headline was that the district court has dismissed the FTC's case against Facebook. Yep, this is from there. It is. There is the decision right there, and so Facebook. This round goes to Facebook. So to the chart we go. Yeah, when in doubt, always look down and look at the earlier headline. Look at Facebook there. Yeah, Nick Bay. Sorry, I misinterpreted that headline the first time. So yeah, so round whatever number this is goes to Facebook here. FTC will have to refile if they want to have a shot. But all right, we got some movement. I bet you Amazon and Google too, because the news feed said so. A little bit there. A little bit there. How about Apple?
How about Twitter, Spencer? Is Twitter moving?
No. Twitter and Snap, and that wouldn't really move on that. That's a big tech specific headline, and Twitter isn't really big tech, I don't think. At least not in the same way that we think of Google and Facebook. Hey, 1 trillion. Congratulations to Facebook. All right. Interesting. We got some movement. So let's go back to my scanners tool. I don't see. I have it set for a very specific criteria right now, and I don't see.
How many do you know off the top of your head? I know in the 2 trillion club, we only have 2 companies, Microsoft and Apple. But in the 1 trillion club, how many companies do we have in that club?
Like 4 or 5. Facebook, Amazon, Apple, Google, Microsoft. I think that's it.
Let's see. I wonder who else is close.
Netflix might be close, but Facebook, Amazon, Apple, and Google, Microsoft. Those are the 5 that are in the.
Oh no, or Tesla is actually a lot closer than Netflix. Tesla is at like almost 650 billion. Netflix is only at 235 billion.
Damn. So let's just go back to the. You know what? No, let's go into this a little bit if we can. Here, let's just go into this together, and we're not going to read this. Obviously, that would be painfully boring. But let's see if we can real fast on the fly find the money line. Here we go. Ba 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 ba. Oh my god.
And I was long Facebook for a while, then I got out of the trade, and now I'm regretting it.
As explained herein and in the court's separate opinion, there is nothing unlawful about having such a policy in general. While it's possible that Facebook's implementation of that policy as to certain specific competitor apps may have violated Section 2, such finding would not change the outcome here. Okay. That was fun. We're gonna get out of that.
Do you know what policy it was that they were looking at?
Some violation of antitrust law. Probably violation. That's the antitrust law is like a weird thing. What little I know about it is because you have to prove like anti-competitive behavior, and it's really hard to prove that. And then the other thing is, like, in order to prove anti-competitive behavior, you have to be able to convince the court that one company was dominating their industry, their market, their total market, right? But what is and isn't the total market is up for debate, right? Because like Facebook and all these tech platforms would argue that like their total addressable market is like the entirety of the internet, right? Like Netflix would never say our market is the film and TV market, right? Industry. That's not our industry. Netflix would say our competitors are everything on the internet, right? And so it's a whole the scope is way bigger. And so it's basically whoever can convince the court of their definition of the total market that a company is apparently controlling will win. But in this case, the court just threw out the FTC's case. So wow, big news. Wait, Joseph is in chat. Joseph, what are you saying?
We got him off the quiet list.
Joseph, we see you, man. We hear you.
We got you back, Joseph.
Okay, wait. All right, it's 3:15. Originally, the plan was to spend this time, and Mitch and Aaron and myself are going to each. Let's bring Mitch on here. Mitch, what's up, guys? We're gonna do a little bit of a competition here amongst the three of us. All right, and Mitch, your idea was we would each pitch a stock today, and the winner, the stock that has the best performance, though I don't know how you measure that. Do you measure that in percent?
Let's do percentage because it can't be dollar amount because
okay.
I mean.
Okay. Well, I'm asking you to clarify.
You're the ETF guy, so I think the fairest thing would be the percentage, right?
I wouldn't pick an ETF for a percentage gain contest.
No, of course. So we're not going to do that. But I'm just saying,
a leverage one, maybe like
percentage.
That's cheating. That's definitely.
There you go.
No leverage ETFs. That's cheating.
Oh, there you go. You're making rules now. There you go.
Well, all right, fine. No. I thought it was to pick a stock. The point was to pick.
Yeah.
Okay.
Let's pick
today through the end of the week.
Okay. Percentage.
Okay. Jason B, you want to play? Yeah. You know what? Screw it. Chat. Play along with us. I'm gonna write all this down though. I gotta make.
Boom.
Okay.
We should have done a Google form.
I'll do you one better. I have one. I'll share it.
You see, Producer AB coming through. Flex.
Okay.
All right, but I'm gonna make it to where anyone can edit it, and this is where we have to play the honor system.
Oh, guys. Come on.
The honor system.
Dude, the last time this happened was like on one of the evening streams that we did for whatever event. Was it election night? What was that?
Okay, well, that sounds toxic. So
I forget what it was, but we were on like 9:00 at night, and I think it may have been election night. And we did a sheet with the honor system, and it didn't end well.
Well, I have more faith in the Zinger community than you, Spencer.
All right. Look at that. They love you out there. They love you, AB. The strongest producer in the game by Johnny Black.
That's it. There can only be one. Yes, exactly, Daniel. From Tuesday opening, right, to Friday.
To Friday's closing.
Friday close. That's exactly.
I love it. I love it. Seems like a fair little swing.
AB, are you fun at parties?
Did someone ask that?
Funky time.
True story. No, actually, never mind. Okay. All
right.
Who wants to go first?
I'll tell you what. AB got paper hands, so
that was the wrong link.
Jesus, AB, what are you doing?
That's Chris Capri's Twitter. If you guys want to go follow him.
Stupid.
This guy, you better be getting a referral for that at least.
Worst producer in the world.
All right, link is in the chat. Throw your name in there. Throw your stock. I'll get the prices today, the current prices, and we'll update it on Friday. And who knows? Maybe some free swag to the winner. Maybe maybe Mitch will send you something from Colorado. We will see.
Dun, dun, dun.
Right. Does anybody want to go first?
Not go to jail.
Does anyone want to go first?
Sure. I'll take the lead, I guess.
All right, Money Mitch.
All right. Well, I mean, hey, I got two stocks though, because I got one that I could give right now, but I mean I already given that one out. So let's do another one. Yeah, let's go with this one. All right, I'm gonna go with RSI, Rush Street Interactive. I love the candle today. I'm gonna point out the daily candle. We just bounced off of that 1243 support. Had a nice wick to green today. Big volume getting in it on Friday. 7 million shares traded, getting me a little hyped up, trading on that high relative volume. I'm actually in this one, full disclosure. Literally, I am in this one. So, but I do think it's setting up perfectly now. Just to give you guys some insight, since I am actually in this one, I'm in at 1287. So you guys don't think I'm cherry picking this one. So, boom.
Right. Well, Hector Garcia also made some money off this today. So nice job.
There you go, Hector.
That's it. All right. RSI is Mitch's pick. AB, do you want to go or do you want me to follow up?
Go ahead.
Okay. So mine, I had two.
Dun, dun, dun.
I wasn't sure which one I wanted to go with.
The pressure's on.
Yeah. Okay. I may be shooting myself in the foot a little bit here. I'm thinking, off the beaten path a little bit. And I don't.
You're not wishing it, bro.
I don't want to go like cliche like Wish or AMC or. Actually, I did see BlackBerry having a nice day, but I don't want to go with any of those. I was thinking about Matt Hammond, who was on PreMarket Prep this morning. He's our IPO guru, and he dropped a couple of names in there that looked very interesting to me. So I'm gonna go with again. There's two, and there's two, and I don't know which one I want to do. I want to go with LegalZoom. Okay, so it's not trading now. Okay, it's an IPO. It didn't even open. It doesn't open until Wednesday. Okay.
And you think you're gonna win?
So yeah, I know. I said I may be shooting myself in the foot here, but I'm trying to go off the beaten path. All right. So it doesn't open until Wednesday, so that's obviously a problem. But
I thought you were gonna do dope.
Do I have that? Oh, I think I got rid of that sound effect. There, I have this. Oh wait, my thing is not hooked up. So here's what I like about it. Okay, and I may actually buy the IPO. All right.
Okay.
What I like about it is first off, it's like a SaaS business for like the small, medium-sized businesses, and that sector has been ripping lately.
Yeah.
The closest comparison we have to a similar type company that recently IPO'd is Monday.com.
Monday.
Look at that performance since the IPO. I don't even know what the IPO price was, but it's having a great run. Okay, Asana is the same business as Monday. Okay, that's been ripping too. It's the same type, it's same idea, right? It's like legal. I mean, it's a different business than what those companies do, but it's legal services to small and medium-sized businesses. It's a software. They're profitable. they had, according to Matt Hammond, 27% revenue growth in the first year over year in the first 3 months of this year, and according to him, 10% of all LLCs were using LegalZoom last year. It's got a relatively small float, 19 million shares, so not like really small, but not a lot either. And knowing how hot the SMB, small medium business like software space has been, the software services that cater to those industries and those kinds of businesses, I like LegalZoom. So LZ, it doesn't open yet. It won't be open probably until like late Wednesday morning or early Wednesday afternoon. So I only have 2.5 days really. But knowing how Monday IPO, knowing how hot the space is, I'm going to go with LZ. That's my pick.
All right. So we got Spencer with RLZ. We got Mitch with RSI.
Yep.
Rush Street Interactive. And now, Spencer, you may have mentioned it before you picked yours.
Monday? When?
When you know, just now.
And
I am going to wish upon a shooting star.
Wish
for this stock.
Upon a shooting star.
Can't play that song. We get copyrighted.
Wish upon a I was trying to find it. Like, isn't there a? I thought there was like a nursery rhyme that we used to sing as kids. I was like, wish upon a shooting star, and I was trying to find it, and I couldn't find the.
I'm just googling.
When you wish upon a star.
It's not in the public domain. I don't think so.
I couldn't even remember how like the actual like nursery rhyme or whatever it was went. So, all right, here's my quick thesis on Wish. Obviously, it's getting picked up on Reddit, on Twitter, by retail traders. I'm for the retail investor. So anyone in this, I'm in it with you. I want to see this go to the moon or to the shooting stars at the very least. But here's the thing, Spencer and Mitch. Mm-hmm. Some of these other stocks that we've seen get picked up by, retail investors. Yeah. I don't know, just to name GME, AMC off the top of the head.
Yeah.
Those all crushed through previous highs, right? Wish has already been up to $30. I'm fine with that if we get up there. Let alone, I mean, if we see similar price movement.
No, AMC never got.
AMC is looking great right now. I mean,
wait, I'm trying to understand your point. Okay, GameStop did not get back there.
No, I understand his point. I mean, look at AMC in.
I'm saying on the initial move up, Spencer.
In January, they moved to 20, went all the way back down to 5.
Yeah, and then GameStop didn't. So I'm trying to understand.
Broke out.
Because I'm saying that they just, without having like a previous high. So Wish's previous high is about 100% higher than it is right now.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And I like that on the chart. That means that it has tendency, like stocks have tendencies to get back to their previous highs if it's on an uptrend.
Okay.
So I like it back up to 30, and we've seen AMC and GME just blast past through their previous all-time highs. So if we see that here, it'll end up being a really nice move.
Okay. It's the classic undercut and rally, right?
So I'm gonna put it on the sheet.
It actually
put my name on here.
It is. It really is, Spencer, isn't it?
Yeah.
Wish.
That's the
By
funny
the way,
thing.
we only have about looks like 4 entries on the sheet. I'm gonna throw the link in the chat one more time. If you want to get in on this contest, join Spencer, Mitch, and I.
Boom.
So AB will have to populate the close as of end of day today, and we'll figure it out based on end of close on Friday.
Yeah, here I'll put 6:28 close.
Yeah.
All right. And just an honorable mention, not for the competition, but out there just for the watch.
Yeah.
The body. If the Reddit picks up the body.
Here, people keep mentioning
I want your body.
Beachbody Company. What was the IPO today? Is that today?
Yeah. Well, it switched over today.
The ticker changed.
Back.
And to me, I think the body, like the ticker itself, it could catch on. It could catch on. It's like, a lot of these have to do with kind of. That's why Woof was one of those memes.
Yeah. You definitely, if you're looking at like ingredients that a stock needs to become a meme stock, it's got to have either A, a super recognizable brand, or B, like a funny ticker that's easy to remember, or both, right? So Body, I don't know how recognizable the Beachbody brand is, but everyone's going to know the ticker Body, right? So
yeah. And then you also got Shaq behind it. Don't forget that.
I don't love Body here, and here's why: is Beachbody, it's like a home workout thing, right? They sell like home workout equipment.
right.
I think everyone's dying to get back into the gyms now that gyms are back open. You can go, I think if you look at like Planet Fitness's numbers over the last 2 months, they've been growing memberships. So we'll see. The stock hasn't reflected it, but I've been seeing.
It did good last week, dude. It did good last week. I called that one out, AB, to get a little pump. I think it'll keep going.
Yeah.
It's not a bad one.
But who knows?
You're right. I think it's a little bit of both. I think you will see the consumers, some stay at home, some go to the gym.
Well, I guess the question is, does Beachbody, do they sell their equipment to gyms right now?
Yes.
Or is it strictly,
not to gyms, but they got a cheaper bike, a lot cheaper bike. Like they said, the Peloton for the 99%.
Got it. I think Nordic Track has one of those too.
That is a good one to keep on watch. We'll get on out of here. Time for the best show.
It's time for the At the Close show. All right, it is time for pre-market prep at the close.
Three consecutive highs, opened, matched yesterday's low, and then once it took out there, that's all the breakout momentum traders needed.
Joel, we're having a very interesting day today.
Kind of quiet, but
maybe in like the SPY, sure, but like tech is ripping, energy is, banks are, Facebook just caught a headline. We got a lot going on.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I see that Facebook is ripping. Yep. I guess I'm not looking under the hood. We could just drill down here real quick on what we're seeing in the markets and the futures indexes, and then we can move down to individual issues. See how those biotechs held up after the big overnight rally. Quiet day, just a little bit of a fade at the open. We tried to get through that pre-market high, which was the all-time high, and gave it back. Not too much damage on the downside. We did pierce the pre-market low, but caught a bid just 4 points under that, and now we're back up at the highs for the session. So kind of a similar pattern that we've seen over the last couple days, a little fade off the open and come back strong during the day. Crude, don't call it a triple top until it's a triple top, but you do have three highs in the same area up in the upper 74 or lower 74 handle. Crude now down $1.13 at 72.92. We have gold that's in the red by $1, or it's in the green by $1.90 at 17.70.97. Silver, that's going the same way. It's up 12 cents at 26.25. Bitcoin, that's up 24.40. Still trying to get through that 35.5 level. And Ethereum, that's up $293, 2,155. That did clear a little bit of resistance in the Ethereum. So crypto's not having a bad day.
No, it is not. Let's go to those biotechs, Joel. God, you never can tell if one of these big overnight headlines is going to lead to an extended rally, or if it's going to just give back a lot of gains at the open. Because a lot of times, like I'm thinking about Biogen, I'm thinking about the Pfizer and BioNTech and Moderna when the vaccines were approved last fall. A lot of times the rip into the open, and then and you look back a week or two later and you're like, oh my God, that was just a classic sell the news thing. But other times, I don't have any examples, but I'm sure that they exist. Other times it's just it's the very beginning of a brand new rally, and you never can tell. The early returns today would indicate the former, that this would appear to have been just a sell the news event. If you're chasing the stock up at 9.35, whatever, you bought somebody else's profits, because Regeneron turned red for the day.
Ooh.
NTLA, which is the one, the big one, is green. Obviously, it's up because it was up huge overnight, but it's down from the open, right? CRISPR, same thing. It's up for the day, but it's down from the open. Beam, same story. They're all down from the open. Edit, they're all down from the open.
Yeah, and sometimes, and what we talk about is getting follow through through the pre-market high,
Right.
exceeding that, and it can be a pretty good indication. Here, it worked to a T for NTLA. We had talked about the pre-market high 144 even. During the regular session, they take it up to 44.40. Then it was pretty much lights out after that. I mean, you did decline very hard to pick the intermediate support point in between that and the top of the range. People just taking profit. So can't tell you, would have had any kind of clue to buy this in the 120 handle. 121.66 was the low, unless in fact you were just throwing out bids out there. Like, I got this thing at 141. Yeah, 20 points. That sounds good. 122, and now you are getting some consolidation here. Things are calming down. So there's an occasion where that pre-market high, as we talked about on the morning show, turned out to be a pretty good number. Now you said Regeneron went red.
Yeah.
Oh boy. That is that one is a little bit different. You never sniffed the pre-market high, and they're just a seller all day long. So obviously the same dynamics, which is good for NTLA. Regeneron, a little bit bigger of a company.
Yeah.
CRSR, how do we do in that one? Once again, you got some people. Oh, no, that's Corsair. What am I thinking? I'm thinking
CRSP.
CR.
Yeah, it's okay.
Yeah, I was close.
Yeah.
How did CRISPR do? And yeah, I mean, it wasn't the drug, it wasn't the company. Related play, sympathy play there. Once again, you don't see the pre-market high. You take it out and you find sellers. Haven't filled the top of the range. When I look at a top of the range from yesterday, what I like to look at in these kind of formations is, hey, as long as you stay above that gap area, you're good. You're good to go. So you got a nice bounce off the low. Who else was in this gene therapy hit parade?
Edit was one of the more Edit and Beam, BEAM.
There you go. There's your leader. Your leader's down. Boom. Same scenario here. Boom. Beam. Same scenario here. So there you go. You followed your leader. The leader gave back. I mean, still huge gains. But maybe we didn't say short the thing or ring the bell. You 100% have to ring the bell. But one thing that we did say was we ain't buying up here. And sometimes that's the case. It works out that you can get away with it. But if you were buying that one, I think you had a lot of opportunities to figure out you were wrong pretty quickly. So that's a little. Right. Anybody else fall into this genre?
No, I think those five names are the big ones. Let's talk Facebook, Joel. We got to talk Facebook here. Okay, it is officially in the $1 trillion market cap club. A district court has dismissed the FTC's case against Facebook. The case that alleged antitrust, anti-competitive behavior. They can always refile, and then we start this dance all over again. But in the meantime, huge win for not just Facebook, but I would think big tech as a whole, right? Here comes the FTC, and remember the FTC and the DOJ had to like split up duties, right? Like the FTC was going after Facebook. They had like divide up big tech right into two groups, and the FTC was going to take two, and the DOJ was going to take two, and now the FTC just lost one of those two, so. Big win for big tech is what this is.
So I guess shame on me because I never really thought this was a big deal. I never really thought it had like a chance in hell to go through.
I mean,
shame on me. I mean, I don't know. I mean, yeah, you could say it's
here. I'll say this. Clearly, nobody thought that Facebook was going to win this early on in the game.
Okay,
right?
There you go.
Right.
Okay.
Like,
That's fair.
at least get to a trial or something, right?
Yeah, just a little bit more waste of our taxpayers' dollars.
That's
But
true. That's
no,
true.
no comment, no comment, no comment, no comment. If you wouldn't have, if I wouldn't have seen this news, I would have said, "Wow, well, consolidating near all-time highs, right? Kind of quiet day on Friday. Maybe it's a breakout." So, technically, speaking, a breakout, big time breakout. And you just haven't seen any major selling in this thing. So big day for it on news that I would have think would have been baked into the market, but algos do what algos do. And new all-time high for Facebook on pretty good volume and really blowing away. Usually this makes incremental new highs, not this time. So that's what I'm looking at here in Facebook. Just keep an eye on the close. And once again, if you're playing them from an options perspective, and you got you got it lucky on the weeklies, just remember, if you have that weekly 350 call, whatever the juice is in it right now, if this is at 357 on Friday, it's going to be worth a hell of a lot less. So just keep that in mind if you caught this with the options trades. But nice continuation, all-time high. Facebook 358.14, and probably on. Let's see if its volume's a little bit. I bet you it's a little bit heavier than normal volume today too.
Maybe not
Boom.
compared to Friday. Maybe.
Yeah, because you had those. My data window's giving me a little bit of a hard time here, so I don't know if I'm going to be able to bring up that volume. Oh, yes, I am. It's not giving me that hard of a time. Just curious to see what the volume is here. Boy, my computer's it's acting bad. Anyways, move on.
Okay.
My computer's acting up here a little bit.
Okay. What about energy here today, Joel? It's been running up a lot this year. We do have an OPEC meeting later on Thursday, later on this week. Taking a breather. It's done this several times. You can look at the XLE, you can look at XOM, Chevron, whatever you want. It's done this several times this year where it's just, led the way down for a day or two, and then it's come right back every time. Energy is
yeah. People are taking profits sometime, right? Right. So that's it. That's really the only thing that I see. Is there any individual stocks here? Are we just doing XLE? Whatever you just see. That had a little bit different formation. That topped out again ahead of oil. So I think I would just keep an eye on the oil futures and just for indications on that. And in this scenario, you did have the XLE turn. Is this like the end of the bull market here in crude? I think it's pretty hard to say that. I would keep the low. Let's see here. The low from last week would be Monday's low. I wish my data window was giving that, but Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. Well, actually, Monday's low is quite a bit below that. But I look at the pair of lows right around 72.25, 72.5, and then maybe look at it from that perspective. But there's got to be profit taking in some stuff sometimes. What about the road? You got to have rotation, right?
You gotta have it. Well, look, money's going into tech. It's gonna come from somewhere, right?
Yep.
It's gotta come. So today it's coming from oil and the banks. And
that's exactly right. Yeah, the banks. Jerome put the kibosh on them. Pretty much rebound rally off the stress test, and perhaps they're rolling over again at poof. I was waiting for Bank of America to get to 42. I guess I wasn't the only one there. JP Morgan, that's hanging in there a little bit better. Still hasn't had a meaningful relationship. A meaningful retracement yet of that move. Still maybe looking at this get up to 157, 157 and a half area. But you do have the jobs number, right, on Friday. I don't know how that's going to shake up things ahead of a 3-day weekend, but that's certainly something to keep in mind.
Let's go to the chat here. CR was asking about American Airlines or Boeing. We talked about Boeing this morning. I don't think we talked. Well, we talked about the airline.
We talked about both of them.
Yeah, I think AAL for maybe just a second there. Yeah, we did. Wow, I didn't realize the drop of the dip was so pronounced. The drop of the open was so pronounced, but
Yeah, I'll talk about both of these. And the Boeing, I kind of looked at the news, and like Boeing has shrugged this kind of news off so many times, right? And a little bit of the strong market was holding it up, but no, open lower, couldn't get anywhere near the top of yesterday's range. Took out 5 days of gains, pretty much in one session. Did we get to the low? I was looking at last week's low at 37 change. It's bouncing off that. I mean, this thing just gaps around a lot, so probably should have went more with the momentum of the open. But and I read some of the press clippings on this, and it's like the company's kind of downplaying it. So I don't know. Investors didn't. They hopped on the news. You had to sell something. AAL just hanging out. When you hang out as support too long, you know what happens? It becomes resistance. And look at a Triple D. Hats off to him. Good call. Triple D. Talk about 22. Gave you too many chances to buy it there. Opened up. Boom. Taking it out. Trading off the low of the session. You know, I'm reading about this Delta variant. I don't know. American Airlines has their own problems. You know, just to pull back. Maybe if you're looking for the next support area, a couple lows at the 2080, 25 area to take a look at. In today's session, should we look at the other airlines?
yeah, well, no pun intended on the Delta variant, I assume.
No.
No, okay.
No,
okay.
I mean, Europe, I guess, has handled it. There you go. There's your Delta warning Will Robinson. We're not on daily support. We're not on weekly support, but we're on monthly support here. Four monthly lows in the same area. Look at this, folks. Keep an eye on this. I'll call it 42.75. You actually did pierce the last 3 months lows. 43.01, 43.34, 42.94. 42.58, that's low. You did get a little bit of a bounce here, but I would say I am very, very cautious on the airlines after this massive run up, roll over. And you can't tell me that higher oil prices, when have they ever been good for airlines?
Don't they hedge themselves?
You know, I know Delta probably did, and I don't know. They probably hedged themselves long last year and got smoked. And no, so I don't know. Some of them do different things. S&Ps, we fell one tick off that pre-market high, 79.5, went to 79.25. We still got 14 minutes left, so anything can happen. Still trading in the green by 6.5 handles. And no Jason B. Don't be confused. There's no Delta variant on Delta Airlines. That was good old buddy Spencer using a pun on words.
Wait, who was I about to read? So was it
Richard says the airline news this morning is a buying opportunity.
Hey, maybe he's right.
Well, if it's a buying opportunity, then set your trade up and boom, boom, boom. Then, you know, give yourself an exit.
Yeah. Joel, if you had to pick a cruise line, which one would it be right now of the big three? I'd go with whichever one is getting back in the water first. I think it's Carnival.
Well, but what did they do? What did Carnival do today? What did they do?
I know the whole reopening trade is not on.
Well, no, Carnival did something specific, Spencer, and I don't know if we covered it. Did we cover it on the show or look at your Benzinga Pro?
All right, hold on. What did Carnival do today? I did not even see that. Why?
Yeah.
How did I miss that?
What time was it at?
We have it at 9:08. Interesting.
Yeah.
Right,
so it was after the show was over.
All right.
So that's why you missed it. 500 million shelf offering. They need money. That's not good. When a company tells you need money, it's not good.
Well,
and so that's it. I mean, hands off on this. I mean, how about Carnival getting all the way back? Well, can I cheat and move this line up?
yeah.
I don't feel like I'm cheating. Yeah, see, It doesn't good. It doesn't do any good to cheat because I just moved the line up to that January high, and that was 33.34, right? And where'd we get to? Boom, only 31.52. So once again, monthly support here, folks. Not talking daily, not talking weekly. I'm talking monthly support here. You got 3 months lows at 25, right? 2 months low, 25.10, 24.29. You might have a date with 24 right now. I mean, first of all, they're not back in the water. Second of all, they're going to be full capacity. And then Triple D, I saw a tweet of his. I don't know if it was the end of last week. I think it was at the end of last week. And the Carnival Cruise Lines guy was on, and he asked was something about he was asked about COVID. He's like, we're not going to have COVID. Did you hear that?
Oh yeah,
You know what I'm talking about?
That was on like Friday or something.
Come on, guy.
Yeah.
I don't know. Why would you say something like, Spencer, you get ready to hop on a cruise?
I would not be opposed to it. I would not be opposed to it. I'll say that.
Okay.
I'm not anti-cruise at the moment.
Let's just wait for these. I got beat up on the pre-market show a couple like last week or the week before because I said I thought this reopening trade was kind of coming off, and I got beat up pretty bad.
I mean, today is all about Zoom. It's all about
I know
all about Teladoc and even Peloton is up 4% today.
Yeah. Well, that TO. I mean that set you up, boy. That was sleepy. I had to break out. Clean breakout there. Nice move. Long way to go, though. What are we doing with last month's high here? We are right at last month's high. Oh, 172.29, 172.36. I'm not calling it a double top because I think this thing's got more room on the upside. S&Ps, they don't care. They're just running. Just match that pre-market high at 79.75. And it looks like we got some more gas on the tank here going into the close.
All right, let's do a few more tickers from the chat. We got just under 10 minutes left in today's session. Also, while you're at it, do us a solid and give us a like while you're there. We appreciate that. Let's go to let's move away from the cruise, away from the airlines. We'll do all that good stuff. Gray. Wait, is that? That's one of the crazy ones. All right, let's not do gray. That's one of the ridiculous crazy ones. Yeah. All right, we're not gonna do gray. Let's do all right. Vintage wants to short Roku. Tell Vintage. Tell Vintage. Tell him something.
You know what? I think Spencer, we're gonna give you a shot today. You've been looking at the charts. You know my analysis here. What would you say? Because I'll tell you, I was dead wrong on this thing. I thought you had a double top from Thursday and Friday at just under 432. So, what are you thinking here on Roku?
So all right, we're through that gap already. Whoops. Let me just zoom. I'm on my own chart here. Oh boy, what do I think? I think you could probably lean on from the long side. You could lean on 434, right?
Okay, but they want to short it.
I know. I don't know.
What's probably the first? This is the first thing I would say.
450.
Wait for it. This is what I would say. I'll steal this one from you. Wait for it to stop going down or stop going up.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, right now. I mean, what is there telling? I don't know if Comcast is going to pay some outrageous premium right now, but right now it hasn't showed me that. And it's a big, maybe go back and do your homework, find out how many straight up days it's had with the pause. But right now, I mean, yeah, maybe if you want to sell long, but I really can't give you any levels to short this thing yet.
Yeah. I don't know. And then you got a whole number theory that says it's going for
500, yeah. And also the split theory. I don't know when they have earnings or whatever, but always may go for a split. What would a 5-for-1 split do for that? With Trade Desk example, look at that. The old 2-for-1 or 10-for-1 stock split. Wow, did that have news on Thursday? Look at that thing. That's going. So there you go. Take a look at that chart. And then if you still want to short Roku, go ahead. high 445.45, but pick a point. At least stop going down consolidation.
Speaking of
something.
Speaking of splits, the Nvidia split goes into effect on the 20th
Of July.
And
That'll probably be at $1,000 by then.
Then
they'll have to split. They'll have to split again.
Unbelievable. Joel, I was reminiscing before you came on. I was reminiscing about AMD, because I remember it was just after I joined Benzinga, and AMD had gone from $1 to $12 in the span of 1 year. And I remember us having conversations like, "Oh my God, this AMD has gone so far, so fast." And it was $12.
Now look at it.
$12.
Yeah, now it's at 88. Wow.
Yeah.
Long consolidation finally woke up. Ronnie mentioned my Intel. Is my Intel having a good day? Ronnie, we gotta get this thing to 58. We gotta get it bid at 58. We gotta get it over 60. Look at those. I'm gonna go a little bit above 58. We talked about the area. Intel having a good day. Open up at the previous day's high. Boom, no gap, but 58, big number. Look at Intel moving forward.
Let's look at that Etsy chart. So that gap down on Etsy, that was May 5th. That was earnings. Oh man. Okay, so that earnings, it got crushed on earnings. This thing went from 250 to what? To 150. So 250 to 150, more or less, give or take. And just like that, it's back at 200.
Yeah, this is another thing with earnings day. Like to note those earnings days, highs or lows, and then see how it does that. You put the earnings day low in, you tested it, and just kind of bounced around. I don't know where you really want to call the clean breakout, but you had it here in early June. Now you do have a minor number here. You had this high just over 200. Also, just for retracement purposes, wow, this could be getting halfway back. Oh, it is over halfway back here. So maybe figure out where that number is. Maybe have it consolidate a little bit at this area, but looking pretty wide open here. Really, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 up days in a row for Etsy. Tech is back.
You can say that again. Tech is back.
Out of reopening trade, into tech. Tech's what let us off the bottom in last year during March, June, July, August, September. So back into tech after being quiet for a while.
Manuel is asking about Lyft. Lyft isn't. I haven't been looking at Uber and Lyft. I've not been keeping close tabs on Uber and Lyft recently. Lyft looks a little better to me than Uber does.
Yeah, ran into problems. Big seller at 62, down 279 today. Once again, this one, I don't know. If you have it in your portfolios here, excuse me, and you're looking at some of the other reopening trades here, I just think Mr. Ketchup here just caught up with Lyft today. 62, you just got to keep after you pull back, after you have that 3 highs, one area. Very significant. Now you pull back from there, 281. So last 3 days of the week, you were selling into strength. Now it's a little bit different. You got people that got caught buying up here between 61 and 62, and now you're pulling back, so you're selling into weakness. So a whole different scenario here for Lyft. Let's take a look at Uber.
Yeah,
that's rebounded, got hit off earnings, filled the gap. If you got your gap filled, be happy with it. Room over 50, today's high, new high for the move, actually filled the rebound, or new high since the earnings low. This one took a little longer to bottom after its earnings, but similar to Lyft, and it's done, and it hasn't lifted as much as Lyft. So coming down on a pair of 3 lows right in this 51 area. It looks like under 51, like 50 and a quarter, 50 and a half. I think that's important for Uber. Hold that level.
All right, we got about a minute and a half left in today's session. Oh man, I kind of lost track of the SPY there.
Yeah, sneaky rally, late day rally.
Snuck up on me there. The Russell, not so much. The Dow, not so much. The Qs, are at all-time highs, but the S&P or SPY, whatever you want to look at, sneaking back up here. We are, dare I say, firmly in the green for the day. In the SPY.
Yeah, new all-time high. We took out the pre-market high. Finally, it took some time, 79.5. Got to 82. Nothing's up here because there is nothing up here. 42, 82 could be a number for tomorrow. Who sees? We're going to have a new all-time closing high, looks like, by 8.5, 9 handles here. So another good day led by Apple. It looks like Apple, Microsoft, Amazon, Google, not such a great day, but Facebook and Tesla. They didn't even blink at that news this morning. And I guess it's Elon's birthday. So everyone.
It is Elon. He's 50, right?
Yeah. Yep. So everyone wanted to make Elon happy. But trying to gain some momentum from that $700 level. And here we are. It looks going to go out right at 42.80. Folks, if you want to get more tickers, have more time with ticker time, you should join me after the pre-market prep show, premarketprep.com. Have more time and look at things going right into the open. So new all-time closing high here. It looks like it's going to be right around 42.80. Yeah, that's what I'm calling.
Somebody in chat a half hour ago said it's a great trading environment, but you can't invest in this market. We're at all-time highs, man.
You just have to, and you just got to close your eyes and buy. You just gotta buy. Get in there, as my swim coach used to say. Just get in there and buy. That's not investment advice. All right, everyone. Have a good day.
Your swim coach was also your investment advisor?
The coach passed away. He's been bullish for since I was in the second grade.
All right. See you.
Right, take it easy.
All right, guys. That's going to be a wrap for us here. Please remember all the information from our show and from all of our shows, in fact, are meant to be used as informational purposes, not for investing or trading advice. Please do us a solid. Drop us a like. Hit subscribe if you're not already. Subscribe to our channel. We appreciate that. You get notified when we go live. And starting very, very soon, when we launch our YouTube membership program, special perks. So go ahead and subscribe. And Money Mitch is up right now, and he's going to be talking solar. I know he's bullish solar. So we're talking solar with Money Mitch, and that'll be a wrap for me and Joel right now. Everyone have a good rest of your day. Money Mitch is up now. This video will redirect to that. So don't do anything, and see you guys a little bit later.